everybody, welcome back. Today is episode 3 of my little podcast, my little ASMR ramble podcast. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for returning. I know this is not the most structured podcast and we don't do the most exciting things, but to me it's super exciting and it seems like some of you tend to enjoy it too. So we're back for episode 3. I've got Childish Gambino stuck in my head this morning, or this afternoon. It's 2:30 in the afternoon right now. Today's date is Monday the 27th of January. I've got my coffee. Today I made a peppermint mocha with 2 shots of espresso. Oh my gosh. So I have an Espresso Virtuo Next, I think is the machine that I have. It's an Espresso Virtuo, I know that for sure. I got it about 2 years ago, and I went to my local coffee shop a couple days ago, and it was the one that I had worked at my freshman year of college, and I got a coffee from there, and I ordered it a little different than normal. I got it half sweet. It's called a honey lavender latte. It's literally like just espresso, honey, lavender syrup, and like milk, and I ordered it half sweet. When I tell you guys, this is the best freaking coffee I've ever had in my life. It was scrum-diddly-umptious. So freaking good. Like, that you could taste the like actual flavor of the espresso bean, because I got it half sweet, and I was at that moment I literally left the coffee shop and I was like, I am no longer buying a box of 10 pods, because a box of 10 pods for the Nespresso machine is like $15. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm gonna find a way to use that espresso, like go buy espresso from this local coffee shop and use it in there. So I looked on Amazon and they have these like kits where you can just use like an old coffee pod, not old, but like one that you've used already, and you just like cut the top off with the little kit. I mean, you literally like you set the pod in there and then you like put the lid on it and twist it and it cuts the lid off, and then you can put your espresso in there, and then you put this new lid on there that it gives you, and then you just put it in the machine, and it makes espresso with your own espresso beans or your own espresso grounds. So those are supposed to come in on Wednesday. I'm very, very excited because that coffee was just freaking phenomenal. It was insane. But for today, I'm using the coffee pots I already had, which were the Starbucks just espresso Nespresso pods. I did 2 of those, and then I did some Hershey's chocolate syrup and some Torani peppermint syrup and some milk, some whole milk for protein. Also, I think I'm gonna go in a calorie deficit. Y'all, spring break, it is time to lock in. Spring break is in T-minus 6 weeks, almost 5 weeks now. I've got to lock in, y'all. So you guys know what I look like. Like, I'm not a large girl. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm not trying to say that I am. But there's nothing wrong with being aware of your health compared to your weight, and I'm not a healthy girl. I never have been. I'm just lucky. My metabolism is lucky. And so I've always been pretty small, but I'm not, like, healthy, and I definitely don't have, like, abs or, like, any tonnage or whatever whatsoever, like, anything. I'm just small, like, smaller built, but not healthy, not fit, you know? So me and my roommate and one of my best friends have decided, my roommate and my best friend in one, she's one person, I have decided that we are starting Pilates. But the issue is, we decided about 3 days ago that we were going to start Pilates the day after that. And guess what we still haven't done? Guess where I still haven't been? The gym. I keep getting this Kulani Kinis ad. You guys have, if you don't know what Kulani Kinis is, if you're a girly or even if you're a guy, they have swim trunks, and they also have matching couples swim trunks and swimsuit sets. Super, super cute, but they are pricey. They are very expensive. I've only ever bought 2 in my life because they are so expensive. Like, US dollars, probably $120 to $130 for one bikini set. plus shipping and whatever. So $120 to $150 for one bikini, and then like a one piece is like $80 or $90, I think. But I'm not a big one piece fan. Theirs are actually really cute though, so I might consider it. But there's this one ad I keep getting on my Instagram, and this girl has my dream body. And every time I see it, it keeps popping up on my Instagram, because every time it comes on my Instagram, I watch it about 50 times. But it keeps popping up on there, and every time I see it, I'm like, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in, dude. Like, I gotta lock in. I'm like sitting on the couch, like eating and like drinking my double espresso mocha with extra chocolate. I gotta lock in, dude. I gotta lock in. I look at the calendar, I'm like, dude, I have less than a month and a half before spring break, and even without the like spring break, like I just gotta lock in. I gotta get on top of this, and I'm pretty close to it. Like I said, I'm very lucky with my metabolism, and I'm pretty small, but I do still have like a small percentage of body fat. I've never like gone and got one of those scans where you like measure your body fat for real, but I know that I have a small amount, and not like below 10%. I think below 10% is where you're like actually really, really lean, and I think actually for females it might be kind of unhealthy. Let me look it up. What is a healthy percentage of body fat for a female that is fit? Oh wow, 25 to 31, 21 to 20. Okay, this is 21 to 24%. Healthy body fat percentage for a fit woman is 21 to 24%. And then like ideal body fat percentage, I guess, for women, like not regarding like your fitness, is 25 to 31%. So it says fit individuals are 21 to 24%, athletes are 14 to 20%, and then essential fat is 10 to 13%. Okay, so yeah, don't need to be getting below 10%. I have no idea what my percent is, but I gotta get on top of this, y'all. Me and my roommate both have been just every single day, we've been like, we gotta lock in, we gotta go to the gym today, we gotta go do this. We found out that our apartment gym has Pilates reformers, so we've got to be utilizing those, and I still haven't gone today, but I had class today. I had class, and then I ran errands, and then I came here, and now I'm doing this. Oh, let me address my outfit, maybe, if you're like maybe wondering like what the freak am I wearing right now. This was my Halloween costume for 2024. I wore this for Halloween, obviously. I didn't put as much effort into my costume as I normally do, but I also like, I just didn't feel like being like, what's a kind word to use for this? An appropriate word. I didn't want to be inappropriate for Halloween. So this was the conclusion I came to. I went to Spirit Halloween, and this is what they had on the shelf, and I liked it, and I wore it. And I did some really cute cow makeup. Went to the bar, and there was only one other cow there the whole night. So, pretty good costume. Alright, let's stop rambling about all these random little things and get into the astronomy picture of the day. I've got it pulled up here along with our 12-year-old ChatGPT explanation. So let's get it on the screen right here. January 27th, 2025, astronomy picture of the day. Now, I haven't read anything yet. My analysis of this, first of all, is that a rock? Is that like a comet? Is this like from a planet? Is this, and like we can see some blue stars up there, kind of on the right hand side. So from what I remember, those are younger stars. Maybe, I can't remember if it was bigger or smaller, but typically we would see younger stars when we see the blue. Let's take a look at NASA's description, and then we will read our ChatGPT 12-year-old description, because we're not astronomers. This is what it says. It's called oh god, I can't even pronounce the first word. Pleiades over Half Dome. Here's the explanation. Stars come in bunches. The most famous bunch of stars on the sky is the Pleiades, a bright cluster that can be easily seen with the unaided eye. The Pleiades lies only about 450 light years away, formed about 100 million years ago, and will likely last about another 250 million years. First of all, does anybody else not have any concept of, like, that amount of time? Like, since we started keeping track of time in, like, an orderly sense, it's only been 2,000 years. Like, we only have 2,000 years on the calendar. And then before that, it just goes backwards, like BC. 100 million? What do you mean? What do you mean 100 million years ago? What do you mean this thing has been around for 100 million years? What do you mean there's been 100 million years? What was going on? What was going on for the last 100 million years? Just stars? I don't know. And it's gonna last another 250 million years. How long ago were dinosaurs around? Oh! 252 to 66 million years ago. Mesozoic era, 252 to 66 million years ago, often called the Age of Dinosaurs. The Mesozoic era is divided into 3 time periods: Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. Wait, that's what Jurassic comes from? Huh? Mesozoic era. Okay, so the whole era of them being alive is the Mesozoic era, and then it's in 3 parts. And then they went extinct around 66 million years ago. Were dinosaurs even real? I don't really have theories about that, but I am curious. I would like to see some of those fossils. I bet they're crazy. And also, did dinosaurs have feathers? Were they more like birds rather than reptiles? Because all we have is their bones. How do we know they had, like, scales and stuff? And they didn't have, like, feathers like a bird. Okay. Well, that is 66 million years. Well, what have we been doing for the last 66 million years? When were the pyramids built? Pyramids of Giza. 2600 and 2500 BC. Okay, so they're not that old. That's a whole nother thing I would love to get into. Pyramids of Giza. Whew, I have such a crazy fascination with Egyptian history and things like that. Okay, what were we even talking about? Okay, let's go back to the astronomy picture of the day. Blah, blah, blah. 450 light years away, formed 100 million years ago, likely last about another 250 million years. Our sun was likely born in a star cluster, but now, being about 4.5 billion years old. Okay. 100 million years ago. Crazy, right? What do you mean 4.5 billion years? What do you mean 4.5 billion years? How could anything be that old? I just can't conceptualize that in my brain. I cannot, like, there's a line in my brain, the timeline of, like, all time, and we're, like, over here, and then, like, over here is year 0, and then there's, like, BC. How much further does it go back? I can't even see the end of the line anymore. In my brain, it's just been the last, like, 5,000 years since the, like, universe, like, became a thing. 4.5 billion years old. The stellar birth companions have long since dispersed. Okay, so it's saying, like, our sun was born in this star cluster, but since it's 4.5 billion years old, the little stars that it was born with are probably gone. So I already forgot how to pronounce this. Pleiades. The Pleiades star cluster is pictured over Half Dome, a famous rock structure in Yosemite National Park in California, USA. Okay, so this is on Earth. This big old rock is in Yosemite Park. The featured image is a composite of 28 foreground exposures and 174 image of the stellar background. Wow. I wonder how long that took to take. All taken from the same location and by the same camera on the same night in October 2019. Oh, okay. So it only took one night. After calculating the timing of a future juxtaposition of the Pleiades and Half Dome, the astrophotographer was unexpectedly rewarded by an electrical blackout. Wow. Making the background sky unusually dark. Wow. That's actually really cool. Okay. I think this is the first time I've ever read one of these and been like, oh yeah, like I understand what it's saying. But we're still going to go through the ChatGPT explanation. Let's go ahead and read it. Imagine stars as friends that like to hang out in big groups, like a star party. One of the most famous star groups is called the Pleiades, and you can even see it in the night sky without a telescope if you look carefully. So this cluster of stars, this little group of stars, you can see at night without a telescope. You can see it with the naked eye, which is pretty rare to see a lot of things in space like this without a telescope because they're so far away and because of light pollution. The Pleiades are a young group of stars. They're about 100 million years old. What do you mean young? It says, which is young for stars. How long have they been making stars? What year did they invent the star? How long have they been making these things? Is that why there's so many of them? That is insane. They're about 100 million years old, which is young for stars, and they live around 450 light years away from us. That's really far, but in space terms, it's pretty close. Scientists think they'll stay together for about another 250 million years before they start to drift apart. Our sun was also born in a group of stars like the Pleiades, but because the sun is super old, 4.5 billion years. Its star buddies have scattered across the galaxy, like friends moving to different cities. I'm gonna cry. The sun lost all of his friends. He was born like with all of his brothers and sisters 4.5 billion years ago. And now they've all moved away. They all grew up and have their own families. Which brings into question, what's the term for it? Life? Scientific term for aliens. Extraterrestrial life. What do you mean the star, the sun, has brothers and sisters? Probably a lot of them. And they all moved away. And also, not to mention all the other bajillion, gazillion, million, bazillion stars in the sky that have planets. By the way, there's other solar systems out there. Ours is the solar system, like that's what we call it, but all these other stars, all these other galaxies throughout the universe have planets. And you're telling me there's not extraterrestrial life? And not even necessarily, I can't remember the actual term, complicated life. I'm gonna have to look it up again. We learned all this in my class, I just can't remember anything. I looked up complicated life meaning and it's telling me that it's one that involves many challenges. No. There's simple life, which is like single cell organisms and stuff. Okay, well, I just looked that up and it says a lifestyle that involves owning fewer things. No. Science. Idiot. The science behind living a simple life is that it can lead to financial independence, less stress, and better sleep. No, I mean like extraterrestrial simple life. Intelligent beings, not intelligent beings. I'm saying like simple life, like single cell organisms. There's no way that they don't exist. And scientifically, that's how life starts. Small single cell organisms, or just very, very small microorganisms growing into, what is it called? complex. Complicated. I knew it was something like that. It's like multicellular complex life. Eukaryotic. Cells have a nucleus. Blah, 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 blah. And then prokaryotes, I think, or something, is the term for simple life. We will look at my songs of the week. Very simple, tiny living things made of just one cell. Okay, yeah. No nucleus, simple structure, smaller size. Bacteria is an example. Yeah, okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Our sun was born in a group of stars like pleiades, but because the sun is super old, 4.5 billion years, its star buddies have scattered across the galaxy like friends moving to different cities. So, basically, the sun has a bunch of brothers and sisters, and they all moved away. And, Pleiades is in a similar situation, but they're all still together. And there's definitely extraterrestrial life somewhere, but it might just be simple life. It might not be like aliens. But life is life. The picture being talked about shows the Pleiades above a big famous rock called Half Dome in Yosemite National Park, California. To make the picture, the photographer combined a bunch of photos taken on the same night. Something lucky happened that night. There was a power blackout in the area, so the sky was really dark, making the stars easier to see. Cool, right? That is exactly what ChatGPT says. Yeah, so that one actually wasn't that difficult to understand. It's just, you can see this this kind of constellation, this group of stars, lined up really well with this really cool rock fixture or whatever in Yosemite. And the photographer had been, I guess, wanting to take a picture of it for a while, and he got really lucky, and there was a power blackout, and he got a good picture. So that's cool. Very, very nice. I really enjoyed this one. All right. Now, as always, as in the last 2 episodes, we've got our fireplace going again. Hopefully this time it doesn't disappear on us. Seems to be doing okay right now. Very nice, warm fireplace. All right. Let's see. Last week, top 5 songs. Oh, I only have 4? What do you mean I only have 4? Okay. Number 1, The Perfect Pair by Biba Doobie. This is actually an amazing song. It's super chill. I love Biba Doobie. Her and Light, they remind me a lot of each other. Just super chill. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's kind of jazzy a little bit. The Perfect Pair is. Don't think we could hide it. Really good song. Love that one. Surprised that's my number 1. I'm starting to think that it doesn't go by how many times I play this song in the week. I don't know what it bases it off of. Okay, number 2, we have Chihiro again by Billy. I won't get into that again. I talked about her like the entire last episode. Number 3 is a song I actually discovered this week called Makes Me Want You by Somber. This is a very, like, in my head, I can't remember exactly what it goes like because I literally just heard it for the first time this week and I've heard it like twice. But it makes me picture something very dark and like almost like a maroon red color. Yeah, there's this thing, Billy has this where she like, well, now everybody's gonna think I'm just trying to like be like her, but I understand it, and I like kind of feel like I get it too a little bit, probably not like to the same degree that she does or anybody else that has this does. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's where like you picture, you like associate certain things together that are not whatsoever associated. And so like this song I associate the number 8 with, and the color like maroon red, kind of like a blackish charcoal gray. Yeah, that's the kind of the picture I have in my head. Synesthesia. See, I want to talk about it, but I just know everybody's gonna, like, if I ever talk to anyone about this, because everyone knows that I love Billy, but this is something that I feel like I noticed before I even was interested in her whatsoever. But I do like when I picture like November, I picture obviously like the color like burnt orange or terracotta, and the number 8, and it sounds like jazz and November are one and the same. And then like certain songs are certain colors to me, and certain numbers, like math, everybody kind of does this. So I do wonder if I have synesthesia at all, or if this is just like normal human nature. But like to me, math is yellow. Is it? This has been a big argument on TikTok before. I remember it was a while ago. I think math is yellow, science is obviously green, English is blue, history is red. Yeah. Math is yellow, science is green, English, language, whatever, lang is blue, and then history is red. And see, like, those things really don't have any correlation at all, but they're completely associated with each other in my brain. So yeah, it's called synesthesia. It's a condition where a person's brain links things that aren't usually connected. For example, someone with synesthesia might see colors when they hear music, called chromesthesia. Oh, there's like subgenres. Associate specific colors with letters or numbers, called grapheme color synesthesia. What? Or taste certain flavors when they hear words. Really? It's like the brain senses or ideas are cross-wired, creating these unique and automatic connections. Not everyone experiences synesthesia. It's more common in some people, and many find it fascinating or even helpful for creativity. See, it might also just be color psychology. Well, no, because it's not just colors. It has a lot to do with colors, though, I feel like, for a lot of people. Not everybody, but... yeah, color psychology... Bro. Color psychology is a very interesting concept that I really like, especially being in the design industry. I love color theory. Like, the color red makes you hungry. And obviously everyone associates the color blue with, like, sadness. In some instances it does depend on context also, but it also can be a very calming color, like reminds you of the beach or the ocean or the sky, or anything like that. Okay, number 4 on my top tracks of the week is Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun. Everybody knows this one. Walking on a dream. I actually don't know the words. Yeah, that's my top 4. I don't know why it only gave me 4 this week. Oh, my top album of the week was Happier Than Ever by Billy. See, when Happier Than Ever, I won't talk too much about Billy, I promise. But when Happier Than Ever first came out, I absolutely loved it, and then I went to the concert, like, almost a year later. Yeah, because I bought tickets in, like, May of 2021. Yes, May of 2021. And then my concert wasn't until March of 2022, so it was almost a year apart. So I listened to the album a lot in that time. And then I went to the concert, and this was actually the first concert I ever went to. I got severe post-concert depression. Like, I was like, I don't want to listen to it anymore. Because, like, before, I was, like, looking forward to the concert, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to experience this in person, and, like, get to sing it with her, and, like, with everybody else that loves it, and all this stuff, and experience a concert for the first time. And then I went, so post-concert depression is real, y'all. After that, I just couldn't listen to it anymore, because it happened to me again this past year when I went and saw her for the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. I loved the album, listened to it all the time, almost every day, went to the concert, and then I was like, I can't listen to it anymore because it just makes me sad, because I want to go back to the concert. But recently, I kind of, Happier Than Ever has kind of resurfaced in my discography. That's probably not the right. In my listenings, and I listened to it 2 or 3 times last week and really enjoyed it, and that's the first time I've actually been listening to it for a while, probably since the concert. But my post-concert depression for this one lasted a lot longer, like 2.5 years. But my post-concert depression for Hit Me Hard and Soft didn't last quite as long. It lasted 3 months or something, and then I started listening to the album again. And then top artist of the week, once again, we have Billie Eilish at number 1. Only 56 minutes, though. So I guess I only listened to the album once. Yeah, she's number 1 with 15 listens in 56 minutes. Number 2 is Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners. Again, last episode, you had your final warning to listen to Sierra Vista. If you have not listened to it now, stop watching this video. Press pause. After I finish the sentence, after I finish giving you your directions, you will press pause. And you will open Spotify, or you will even just stay on YouTube and look up Sierra Vista by Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners, and you will listen to that song. This is your final, last week was your final warning. But I am gracious, and this is your grace period. And you will get half points if you go and listen to it right now. So, when I finish the sentence, pause the video, go listen to the song, and come right back here. Go. I'm not joking. Pause the video. I don't care if you're driving, take your hands off the wheel. Pause the video. And look up Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners, Sierra Vista. Use the voice control. Hey Siri, play Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners, Sierra Vista, right now. Over the speakers. And then come back right here. What did I tell you? Phenomenal song. Chills. Okay. So, that is the only song I know by them, and I listened to 13 minutes, and I listened to it 5 times in the past week. Number 3 is Gracie Abrams, with 4 listens in 12 minutes. I was not just, like, a huge raging fan of Gracie Abrams, up until, well, I'm still not, like, a huge raging fan of her, but I can see why people are. I really like, I Love You, I'm Sorry. Oh my gosh, I Love You, I'm Sorry. I can't believe that's not in my top 5 songs. That song, that is going to be your next assignment. This is your first notice to go listen to I Love You, I'm Sorry, but do not listen to the regular version. Listen to Live from Vivo, I think is what it's called. Listen to the live version. It is a bajillion million times better. I've only listened to the regular version like once, and it doesn't even compare. Listen to the live version of I love you, I'm sorry, you were the best, you were the worst, na, 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 na. Hey, loved you first, na, 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 it is what it is, na, 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 the age-old curse. So good. Oh my gosh, the one part where she says, something about watching the sunset over the lake. That is my favorite part of the whole song, especially in the live version. It is unreal. It reminds me a lot of, Taylor Swift's old music. So for my girlies and my guys out there that really liked Taylor Swift's old music, I'm not a big fan of her new stuff, but I haven't listened to her newest album. But her like old country music, it reminds me a lot of that. It was just a little nostalgic. I think that's the reason why I really like that song, and it makes me cry every time that I listen to, not every time, but 99% of the time that I listen to that song. It hits some personal spots for me, and it makes me cry. Like, I'll just be driving on the road, and it'll come in the queue and play, and I'll be singing it, and my eyes are just like, it's a pretty emotional song, but it's really good. I love you, I'm sorry. I just want to listen to it right now. What does that one part go like? And I'll have a drink, whisper and lean out the window and watch the sunset on the lake. That part. I don't know why that part always gets me. Stop calling me. I don't know why that part always gets me, but it does. Okay, so those are my songs of the week. Yep, your next assignment. So you had three opportunities to listen to Sierra Vista. I am assuming all of you did by this point, because I made a really big point about it this episode. Last episode was supposed to be your last warning. I cannot promise a grace period for I Love You, I'm Sorry. So this is your first notice to go listen to that as an assignment. And You will get a final warning next episode. But I cannot promise a grace period next time. And if you fail to submit your assignment, you're out. You're out. You are out. Done. Out of here. I don't want to see your face. Love you guys. But, like, come on. Just listen to it. That sounded really mean. I'm not mean. I promise I'm not mean. You guys know me. But, like, come on. Just listen to it. Okay. What else did we want to talk about today? Oh. Why aren't CapCut and TikTok back in the App Store yet? I know we went over a little bit of, like, what was going on with TikTok last episode. But I'm just going to look into it again. Because I am curious, like, where are the updates? Because no one's talking about it anymore. And, it's obviously not over yet. Because the apps are still not in the App Store. I think things are still not fully functional on TikTok. It seems a little glitchy for me. That might just be, like, placebo. But, it does seem a little glitchy to me and a little weird, a little off. And the biggest thing is they're not in the App Store. So, I get that we read, what did we read last time? Like, that they did the 90-day extension. Let's see what we said last time. They delayed... They're giving ByteDance more time to sell the app, is what we concluded. I don't know if it's a 90-day extension. It doesn't ever say on here if it was 90 days or if it's, like, how much time it has. Oh, yeah. It does say, on January 20th, 2025, TikTok's future in the United States hinges on forthcoming decisions by the incoming administration and potential legislative actions. Donald Trump has indicated plans to issue an executive order extending the deadline for ByteDance to divest its U.S. operations, potentially granting an additional 90 days. However, legal authority of such an executive order remains uncertain, and formal issuance is pending. So, since last episode, he has been put into office. So, let's just look up what is the standing of TikTok and ByteDance apps in the United States now. Let's see what's going on now. TikTok app is operational for existing users. However, it has been removed from the major app stores, including Apple's App Store and Google Play, making it unavailable for new downloads or updates. Other ByteDance apps applications such as CapCut, Lemonade, and Golf, what in the world is that, have also been removed from U.S. app stores, rendering them inaccessible for new users and preventing updates for existing users. Recent developments. President Donald Trump issued an executive order delaying the enforcement of the ban on TikTok for 75 days. Okay, so we only have 75 days. Aiming to provide additional time for ByteDance to negotiate a security agreement or divest its U.S. operations. Despite this, app stores have not reinstated TikTok or other ByteDance apps, citing legal uncertainties. Perplexity AI has proposed a merger with TikTok's U.S. operations, suggesting the creation of a new entity in which the U.S. government could potentially own up to 50% following a public offering. What in the world does that mean? I did not retain any. Remember how we talked about I do not retain some information when I'm reading it? I did not get in one ear and out the other. This proposal is under consideration as a means to address national security concerns and maintain TikTok's presence in the U.S. market. So what, like the government's gonna buy half of it? What is this? I don't know what that means. Implications for users. Existing users, those who already have TikTok installed, can continue to use the app but will not receive updates, which may lead to potential security vulnerabilities and functionality issues over time. Individuals seeking to download TikTok or other ByteDance apps for the first time are currently unable to do so through the official app stores in the U.S. The situation remains dynamic, with ongoing discussions and proposals aimed at resolving security concerns while preserving user access to these popular applications. So it's still like in limbo right now, in purgatory. There was a 75-day delay put on it, So, when was the 75-day? When was the 75-day delay issued? Hello? Okay, it was issued and announced on January 19th. He revealed plans to issue an executive order to postpone the enforcement of the TikTok ban, aimed at providing additional time for ByteDance to negotiate a security agreement or arrange a sale of TikTok's U.S. operations to address national security concerns. Formal issuance of the executive order and its exact start date may depend on further administrative actions, but the announcement itself was made on January 19th, so it didn't actually happen. Oh, y'all, I'm so tired of this. Can we just, get this figured out? Why? Why is it taking so freaking long? And also, I'm an idiot, and I'm about to embarrass myself. I'm an idiot, and I deleted CapCut off my iPad. Because last week when I recorded my podcast, I didn't have any storage on my iPad to upload it to YouTube, and I had to delete CapCut because it was taking up 10 gigabytes, but it wasn't working, it wasn't operating. So I couldn't go in there and clear my cache or whatever it's called. And so I was well, I either don't upload the podcast or I delete CapCut. So I deleted CapCut, hoping that it would be back in the App Store by this week. And it's not. So I've been having to use PixArt to edit my videos. Don't kill me. I know it was stupid. But they were it was taking up all my storage. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. I literally had to delete the CapCut to be able to upload my podcast for you guys last week. It was literally all I could do. It's the kid that, and apparently, I've never been on live television before, and apparently, yeah, so we don't know. Basically, we still have no idea what's going on. And, I guess we'll just check back in next week on that. Because there's still no real answers coming up here. It's all just, stuff floating in the air. What is gonna happen? What's happening right now? I also still need a name for my podcast, guys. And nobody's been helping me out with that. We did talk about it in one of my live streams not too long ago. A few people said some random things chaotic, K-E-A-otic, which I thought was a little clever, but I'm not sold on it completely, so... Can these people stop calling me? I've been getting random calls from random numbers. There was one time I got 4 calls within 10 minutes from random numbers. And it's been happening for 3 months now. 3 or 4 months. I've been getting 25 to 30 calls a day from random numbers. I get it every 15 minutes I get one, I swear. It's so freaking annoying. It's about to drive me insane, but I don't know what to even do about it. Because it's a different number every single time, and it's just spam. I've answered maybe once in the last 4 months, which was probably a mistake. But I was just what are these people calling about? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What can I possibly give you? What can I possibly give you? My social security number? Just freaking take it. Just take it at this point. I will give you my freaking social security number if you will stop calling me. Please just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I have things to do. I have a quiz. I have an exam on Wednesday. And I have a podcast to upload today. And I have a video to upload on Friday. And I have to do a live stream. And I have to do this. And I graduated. May please just leave me alone. I don't have anything for you. I don't have any money. I don't have anything. Literally, if they take my social security number, I'm not gonna have anything for them to take. My identity? I have it. Please just take it. Then you can get the calls. You can deal with all the calls. I don't have anything for you. I don't have anything for you. I have $80 in my bank account. I have $80 in my bank account. That's not even true. I have 40 cents in my bank account. Take it. I don't want it anymore. Please just take it. Leave me alone. Take my wallet. Have y'all seen those memes where it's when I tell the robber take anything, and they literally take my iPad. When I tell the robber take anything, and they literally take my social security number. And I said take anything, not everything. When I tell the robber take everything, take anything, and they literally take my wallet. And I said take anything, not everything. I love those memes, they're funny. Alright, I also had EDM on festivals on here. We have a couple minutes that we could chat. We could chat about that a little bit. So, I've mentioned before in my live streams, I am an avid EDM fan. But like I said, I have 40 cents in my bank account. And, festivals are about $500. Just to get into the festival for like the base package, boy. Don't be so messy. It is $500 for like the base package, which means you sleep in the dirt, you get no showers, no AC, you have to pay for food still, you have to probably pay for freaking water. Like you're sleeping in the dead heat in the middle of July in the dirt. You haven't showered in 3 days. And I just paid $500 to be here? What do you mean? I just paid $500 to be here. And I'm sleeping in the dirt. Come on. So, I don't think festivals, and that's just for the festival, like that. What I was saying is that's just to get in, dude. Then you literally have to, like, walk back and forth from all the stages and, like, buy all your food and this and that and, like, buy a plane ticket or like pay to park your car somewhere. Like you have to find a way to get there because there's no festivals around me anywhere. Even where I'm moving after graduation, there's not any freaking festivals. I'm not gonna be in a big city, so that's just not the works for me right now. I cannot afford a festival. But I have been seeing a lot of TikToks, and I've been engaging with a lot of TikToks because I want to see more of EDM concerts, and people like raver and Subtronics and who's that one guy? It starts with like a C. He did the that cat with the green screen behind it that spins. He did that as like an EDM song, like a house music song. Oh, house music. I have a house music playlist, and I also love, okay, let me just like give you a little list of like my favorite EDM at the moment. House music, this is in no particular order. Love house music, love funk. I have been into funk for a very long time, and I discovered my love for funk before I discovered my love for anything else. And then I love techno. I think techno is so freaking cool. And then dubstep. Dubstep is great. Dubstep and techno are pretty similar. Techno is a steady 4/4 beat, so 4 beats per measure, with tempos around 120 to 150 BPM. Consistency, great for dancing. Dubstep is a 2-step rhythm with irregular syncopated beats and a lot of off-beat emphasis. I see. The tempo is around 140, and the halftime feel makes it sound slower. Okay. Techno is repetitive mechanical sounds with a futuristic vibe. Often uses synths, drum machines, and minimal melodies, creating a hypnotic flow. Dubstep is known for wobble bass, a deep modulating bass line, and the use of heavy drops. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Features layered sounds, sharp snares, dramatic contrast between quiet buildups and loud bass-heavy drops. Okay, techno has more danceability, more futuristic, robotic. Dubstep is more dark, more intense, bass-heavy, dramatic pauses, and sudden, like, beat drops. That makes sense. Oh my gosh, who is that one guy? I literally can't think of his name. If you guys know who I'm talking about, you probably don't. Because I've provided such a vague description, but if you know who this guy is, and I'm trying to think of his name. Here's the A-E-I cat. Subtronics, Raver, Blaze, Whales, Crank Dad, that's his name. Crank Dad. Can I? No, I don't want to get copyrighted. I probably won't if I play that with the remix he did, but it was like, oh, I don't know. I can't recreate EDM in this freaking microphone right now. All right, I think that's enough for today. I would definitely like to expand on my like EDM interests more at some point. And if any of you want to go to a concert with me, Revolp, Crank Dat, Lays, or if you have any other artists that you think I should look into, please let me know, because I want to expand my horizons and I want to go to a freaking concert within the next year. I've never been to an EDM concert or anything EDM, and also like the bars around here, the bars that I've been to, even though some of them are a little clubby, none of them play music like that. They all just play like rap and stuff, and meh. You know, I'd rather listen to house music, techno, dubstep, club music. I need to be headbanging with some crazy people, you know. But I will say, I don't do drugs. I don't do anything like that. So that is not in question. I took a long nap this morning, so I have a lot of energy, and now I'm drinking a double espresso, so with chocolate sauce in it and peppermint syrup, which also is very sugary. Spring break is not ready for me. I'm not ready for spring break. Either I'm gonna break spring break, or spring break is gonna break me. So we'll see. All right, I think that's all I got for today. Thank you all for returning. I know this is not the coolest, most put together, fun podcast ever. Definitely not the most chill either for like ASMR intents and purposes, but I enjoy it so much. And I hope that there's some of you out there that enjoy it too. If you made it to the end, let's drop a cow emoji. Drop a cow emoji in the chat. Chat is it real? Chat, drop a cow emoji in the chat if you made it to this part of the video. Okay. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully all of you better have listened to 1, Sierra Vista, and if you haven't yet, you're not. Welcome back to the next episode. And 2, I Love You, I'm Sorry, live from Vivo by Gracie Abrams, okay? That is all. Have a wonderful, marvelous, incredible, best week ever of your life. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you and all you do for me, including watching these videos. Drop that cow emoji in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for viewing. I'll see you next week, okay? Bye, everyone. I love you all so much.